Hey everyone, it's Joey Yap here. I just want to do a quick announcement here on Facebook as well as on my YouTube. And then I'll follow up with some Q&A. Very shortly, starting this Friday onwards and next week, I want to be inviting a lot of my personal friends. Some of them are my clients who are very successful in their own field to come and share some of their insights and their ways and their experience during this current MCO or current lockdown, and how do they feel and how do they cope with what's going on in their own lives and in their own businesses. And hopefully they will be able to share some of their ways that will be useful for everyone here, right, in my community. I think it's right now people are a little bit getting to a point where they're very concerned, especially in Singapore. Is just Tony, they're in their first week of a lockdown or a circuit breaker, right now. So a lot of people are, it's the word panic. I don't like to use the word panic, but they are rather uncomfortable at this point. They're not getting used to it. And so here in Malaysia, this is our third week and moving on to the fourth already next week. And so the most important thing is let's hear from some of the people that who are coping with this, who are handling this, and you want to learn from some of these people, and so that you can find some ways to to be helpful in your own lives right now. I think there are a lot of concerns, not just with the health, of course. The virus is one thing, but more importantly, people are also more concerned with what's happening in the economy, what's happening in terms of their business, what should they be doing. So I'll be inviting some of my friends who are some are entrepreneurs, some are YouTubers, influencers, so in all sorts of fields, right? And I want them to be on this, and I would call it a show, of course, in this interview, and to be able to share some of these experiences with you guys. Okay, so if you have questions that you would like to ask them, or you can ask me as well. You can post them on the chat right here, and I will be talking to them. And what you need to do is on Facebook, you need to click on notifications so that you'll be informed every time we go live. Right now, the time schedule is not fixed, but if you click on notification, you will be notified when we do a live. Okay, and so I will be talking to Dato Wira Lee Chong Wei this coming Sunday. That's April the 12th at 11 a.m. live here on YouTube and also live on Facebook. So if you guys would like to have questions that you would like me to ask them, or you would like to ask him personally, you by all means you can post your question here or post the question to him directly. That will be at 11 a.m. this Sunday, April 12th, Malaysia time. Okay, so if you're in Singapore, you're staying. Obviously, you're staying home, or you're in Malaysia, you're staying home. You want to tune in. That'll be great. Okay, so this is one of the pride of Malaysia, the legends in badminton. I'm sure you know who he is, and so there'll be a lot of opportunities to talk to him and see how he cope and thrive in times like this. Okay, so it'll be nice. So if you guys would like to tune in, then that will be on this Sunday. All right, and also on Friday we are now confirming this coming Friday. Of course, before Sunday, this Friday I'm going to be talking to one of my brothers as for me. It's also one of our students who's the first YouTuber, certified first YouTuber here in Malaysia. Wow, I'm excited to talk to him and ask him for some tips on YouTube. Right? How do we become an influencer? I think this is something that a lot of people at home would like to learn, I'm sure. So if you have questions for that, for my guests on Friday, you got to log on to YouTube and of course log on to my Facebook. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, I would appreciate if you click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notifications. You can do it right now. I appreciate it. And also, please click on the share button to share this video with all your friends, because I'm going to be hosting a couple of the famous people, or just my friends who are in business, or maybe even millennials, right? In my little talk show here, and get to share some ideas about how you can thrive in times of crisis. I think this is what people need. And I think a lot of people are very concerned with the upcoming financial problem, right? The possible financial problem, and what to do to prepare for that. I think preparation is the key here. You got to be prepared for it. You can't wait to, when shit happens and then try to figure out what to do. Because right now we have a lot of time, right? We have time, we have the opportunity to learn, we have the opportunity to do something and improve ourselves, so that we are much more prepared when the situation allows us to go out of our home. We want to hit the ground running. Okay, so of course I'll be happy to answer some feng shui questions right now, or parts questions if you have any, posted at the comment section. But just take note, you got to click on notification if you're on Facebook. You got to click on subscribe if you're on YouTube, and click on the bell icon. Okay, let's pick up some questions here. For those who are watching this, well, let's see some questions here. Okay, this is a nice question. So does feng shui have any correlation to planetary movements? Are the 9 floating stars the 9 heavenly bodies? Well, technically, it's related to the North Deeper 9 stars. It is not actual planetary positions. That planetary position is called Tin Sing Ho. Okay, in Chinese, it's called Tin Sing Ho, or there's a name for it called Cat Jing Sei Yu. That's the actual planetary positions. But in feng shui, we talk about virtual positions of these, the North Deeper 7 stars. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, right. Let's see some questions. If you have questions, go ahead and post it on the comment section on Facebook or YouTube right now. And yeah, that'd be nice. All right. Hello, Celine. How are you? Good to see you here. And Ataho, nice meeting you too. It's good to meet everyone these days, right? Everyone's at home and it's got time to log on to talk to one another. That'd be nice. Okay, Jordan Wong is asking, excuse me, how do I access you through Zoom? Well, Zoom is only for my private groups that I'm doing tutorials and coaching on. But I'll be using Facebook and YouTube for the public community. So as long as you are subscribed to my Facebook channel, where you're watching this right now, or you're watching on my YouTube, you click on the subscribe button and the bell icon, and you will be notified every time I'm going live. And I'll be inviting a lot of guests onto the talk show. So you don't want to miss this, because this group of friends that I have, I'm sure they will have something great to share with everybody. Okay, so remember to tune in. Okay. So when you do activations, is it better to check the flying star sector or Chimendunja? Activations, it's always better to follow Chimendunja for effectiveness, of quick effectiveness. But if you want slightly longer effect, and if you want to do house renovation for feng shui purposes, normally we'll look at the flying stars. Basically, what we're trying to say is, what type of medication should you take? Well, it depends on the illness, right? So whether we should use flying stars or we should base a calculation on Qi depends on the actual purpose of your application. Okay, Tongxing does mention there will be high death this year. The Tongxing always mentions certain years there's high death. Okay, in fact, the death created by coronavirus, because the thing is, every year that, I don't know, there's a huge number of people dying just from the normal flu, and probably the same amount of people dying out of accidents, right? It's just that a lot of people are not paying attention to it. So judging just based on the Tongshu itself, based on health, is not exactly accurate. Okay, and also this particular type of illness is not recorded in any ancient text, because it's new to all human beings. So what we could only see is a potential problem or dangers, okay, associated with certain type of issues. Like all we know is lung-related issues. That's all we can see from either using the Tongshu or using the Bazi. For example, this year is a metal red, Gengzi, right? Gengzi is water inside metal, which is the lungs, okay? So that's all we could see. But how Gengzi became COVID-19, that is new to every one of us who are in this field. Okay, so no one can actually predict it's going to be called COVID-19, or it's going to be a specific type of virus called COVID-19. However, we see the effects of it, which is a great economic disaster. Okay, so prior to this, since last year, I've been telling people, in fact, the year before, right, that you need at least 6 months worth of cash covering all expenses for 2020. I said that in our events, and I also said that it's also reported on The Age. because you need that amount safely with you, and you'll soon be needing it soon. If you have it already, you're pretty much safe. Okay, so remember that. Okay, let's see. What is your advice for us to maintain sanity in this time? Well, the thing is, I and my team, we're very focused on our goals. We are very focused on how we can serve our community and our market. So we are really busy with that. So we don't have a problem with sanity right now. Okay. Suppose if I have nothing to do and every day I just look at the four walls, and I probably would go crazy too. But, I have a lot of things to do. Therefore, I don't have this issue at all. Okay. So I think you got to have a goal. It's just that a lot of people are part of the working class, and then suddenly when they don't have to go to work, it's almost like their wish for the weekend to be lasting forever, and now they got their wish come true. The problem is that will you be able to keep your job after this when the economy is not good? And I foresee that there will be a lot of people jobless after this. Okay. And it's just not me. A lot of people are already saying that. People in business are already saying that. And if you look at the party chart, this was said since last year that the economy will be bad for 2 years. So if they put everything together, then probably that's the thing. So don't be too happy that this is going to be, that you're just relaxing and watching TV at home. I would say if you want to keep your job, if job is important to you, unless it's not important to you, if it's important to you, you should be able to find ways to deliver above and beyond what you're supposed to deliver right now. Okay, even if your boss is not asking for it, I would say find a way to do that. Suppose if you're not doing that, it is very risky, because at least 30% of the people might be out of a job. So you got to be, not working harder, but stay communicated and over communicate with the people above you, meaning your bosses, beside you, your colleagues, and below you, those who are working for you. So this is my advice to everyone who's out there right now who has a job. Okay. So let's see here. This is an interesting one. When is the best time to restart business? After Hari Raya from Jakarta? Well, I think restarting the business is not the issue. I would think hitting the ground running is the problem, because a lot of people right now are they're still okay, because the government around the world, as you can see, in some ways they're still pumping money into letting sure, at least for the time being, people are keeping their jobs. But the question is, after that, what happens when they run out of stimulus? That's the issue. Okay, so we should prepare for that. Okay, so I would say you got to start your business now when things are still all right. So you got to build the momentum now. Now is the time. Don't wait until when shit hits the fan and then you say, oh, now I'm going to start my business. That will be too late, because it's hard to start when you are at the bottom of a downward spiral. It's easy to start when you're on top and launch yourself forward. So I've already said this many times, that you got to do it as soon as possible. I've been telling this to a lot of millennial friends of mine or clients of mine, that it's time to do something. So then again, a lot of people hear it, but they don't do it. It's just like when me telling them, you need 6 months worth of all expenses cash ready, and they don't do it. They listen to it and they don't do anything. That's the issue. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Let's see the questions here. Good. Keep posting your question. I'm just gonna pick the questions here, and I'll try to answer as many as possible here. Would Feng Shui be able to see COVID-19 vaccine develop? What I'm afraid is not the vaccine. I'm a bit concerned with a possible second wave. That's the problem. Okay, so a second wave is when it's sort of dies down and it starts again, and that could happen when the red month comes in December. I'm not sure whether that is or isn't. I'm still doing the checking on this, because this is new, even to scientists. They're new to the world. Is new. It's not written in any of the classical parts of books. So to be totally frank and honest, even for us is new, and we got to be able to check what it is and which elements exactly, not just elements, which of these precisely represents this type of virus, and then when is the element that can clash with it, control it, or disarm it. So it takes some time. We can't see this for sure. Anyone who tells you they can see it is bullshitting you. It's not possible. Yeah. So in retrospect, I know there's a lot of people out there trying to say, you know, I foresee this. I'm a feng shui guy. I say, no, it's not true. They didn't see it. Okay, they didn't see it. We are probably the only ones that we also didn't see it, but we recommend that everyone have 6 months worth of expenses in cash, in savings, prior to the start of this problem. Okay, and that was probably, if you had that, you'll be safe during this time. That's what we are looking. That's what we intend to do. It's always the what do you do? What do you do to help yourself? That's the whole idea of studying metaphysics. Not be in a position where you trying to predict something and then he's right, he predicted it, and nothing happens. Okay, that's not useful to anybody. Okay. Let's see here. Thanks for timely advice and using your creative to help others through social media. Well, I'm glad you like it, Mary Chin. Yes, I'm going to invite some of my influencers friends, and I'm going to invite some of my business tycoon friends if I can, if they're free. Because it's not that they're not free; they're free to do now, but they don't know how to do this online. Now only they start to learn. Isn't this a problem? So a lot of them are older generation. So I'll start with my generation first. That's why I start with Dato Lee Chong Wei. He's able to connect, and he's going to use the phone and connect with us on Sunday, and then there will be one of our student and friends as well on this coming Friday, who is the first YouTuber. And then next week I will have a couple of more interesting friends. I want to invite them, and I don't have the time yet, so I want you to click on notification in Facebook and click on the subscribe button right now on YouTube, so that you click on the bell icon as well, so you get notification when we do the live. It could be anytime. Okay, so yeah, please follow us when that happens. Okay, I have a question. Appreciate a lot. Now I'm entering new luck pillar, runway. There's no runway. You can have runway. You can have a quay way. You can't have a runway. Young stages, okay, nurturing stage, but sudden face this crisis. Still can grow. Take good care. Okay, listen. Growth happens first on a mental level. Okay, Lin Sing, I hope you understand this. The growth happens when we mature mentally, emotionally. Both is two different levels. Yeah. So if our mindset improves, we be able to detach ourselves from a lot of problems, because most of the time we are not our problem. We just believe that we are the problem, or we're in the problem. So that ability to think separately and be able to acquire new skill set, that is already a mental growth that we need. Most people say right now that, oh, there's a crisis and there's going to be opportunities. Everyone is talking about it, but are they able to benefit from the opportunities? Most people, they just talk and then nothing happens. You just check how many people are, oh yeah, you gotta go out and do things, and then what do? They just play video games the whole day and they watch Netflix, right? So their actions actually don't match the reality that they're in. Okay, like we say, but there's nothing that they can do now. Actually, there's a lot of things you can do now. Just look at how a lot of entrepreneurs are planning their business, structuring their programs. They are doing the deals right now, so that after the lockdown, they would be able to hit the ground running. There's a lot of things you can do for growth, and emotionally, there's a lot of things you need to learn. It's easy to start a relationship, but very, very challenging if you don't learn how to build one, how to live with another person, how to live with many people, especially you see someone all the time. So there's a lot of things that need to be done. Okay, so it's not that's growth. Okay, so people keep thinking this is growth in business. Growth in business also happens when you are able to reduce cost and maximize profit. Okay, it is not opening a new branch, franchising it out. If the business, if it costs you a lot of money to do a sale, it's best that you don't sell. You see what I mean? If it costs you a lot of money to do a sale, it's best that you stop selling, right? You want to be able to cost less and sell more. So that part is called expansion, not so much growth. So there's a lot of things that you can still do, as you know, even in a lockdown like this. Okay. Okay. All right, according to my party, this is supposed to be a good year for you, but it's overridden by luck of the year. It can still be a good year for you, Daniel. Well, see, the problem is you see what is called an economic downfall or crisis is when everyone has a negative downward spiral of what is happening. An economy or the market is driven by fear or greed. It's two factors, yin and yang. Okay, you gotta understand this. I have said this many times. It's not about predicting. Okay, it's not predicting something. It is about being able to anticipate something and make a change. Okay, it's about anticipating something and be able to take charge of something and making it better. Okay, everyone's facing the same 更子夜, but a lot of our clients, a lot of our close club members are doing really, really well. Someone, I spoke to a couple of days ago, just made like 80 over million. So, and in times like this, can you imagine that? Now you may say, oh, they're lucky. No, they anticipated this, right? We've been talking about a market crash for a long, long time. It's just that, you didn't predict the virus. Well, come on. Who knows about this virus? We know the outcome of the virus, which is an economic downfall. That's good enough, right? What can you do even if you know there's going to be a virus? You can't make a vaccine. You and I can't make a vaccine, but you and I can prepare for the economic downfall. Okay, you and I can prepare for the financial cyclical changes and benefit from it. Okay, so that's why we learn this. Okay, we're not say, it's gotta be this virus and you gotta be able to see that in the chart. What can you do if you see even the scientists can't see it? Even now they see it. Now that you see it, can you fix it? You can't, but you can still fix a financial problem. Okay, a financial disaster. You can still prevent that, and you can turn that into an opportunity if you're able to expand skill set, if you're able to create useful skills in the new era, the new timing, if you understand that opportunities are only able for those who have the capacity to take it. Okay, so to answer your question, Daniel, you can still make this a good year for you if you understand that whatever is happening in the metal red year requires a change of direction and a change of goals. That's what it means. Okay, so this is important for you to know. All right, it says, I'm looking for a side gig and would like to start selling nutrition product via video marketing. Well, as long as you're able to do video marketing well, and this is something that is a necessary skill set that people need right now, especially young people, right? They need this, right? So you got to be good at this, and there's so many ways to learn it. So go ahead and learn how to do this, okay? It's the best time to learn a new skill. So many people think that, is it right time to sell beauty product, right? Well, why not? I think you still need to look pretty even if you're at home. It's according to our government, well. So, well, I think in many ways, I think fundamentally people still like to look good. Okay, so why not, right? And nutrition, everyone needs that, especially right now where health is a big concern. If you could pass, it's a question of having the right message right now, right? So if you have a right message, I believe it helps. Okay, pass the message out and connect with people. Victor is asking, do you think our government going to extend MCO? I think so. I think they will. They should, because right now the numbers are not dropping. So yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm just looking through the questions right now here. Okay. Donna, how are you, Donna? It's good to see you here. Let me see your question. Food industry is going through many changes. We are pivoting. You pivoting meets needs, but the World Food Champion is coming to Dallas November. So come here and we'll feed you the best food. Wow, you are tempting me to come. I would love to. I miss traveling, actually. I miss traveling. I miss going to the States. I miss seeing you guys. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually miss traveling around, those lifestyle, the sudden change. I'm okay staying at home because I work from home a lot of times, so writing my stuff, writing my books, connecting. So it's not new to me. Okay. It's not new to me. It's new to the team because I got some team who is more used to doing live events. So it's new to them. But to me, it's quite okay working from home. It's just that there's a lot of people at home. That's the thing, right? So I guess the introverts will have a problem. I may say introverts work at home all the time. Introverts are used to having a house alone. Now the house is full of people. They're not right. They just can't wait for you guys to leave these introverts alone once again. So I think it just gets some getting used to, and I like it in such a way now that my team is actually pretty good now, doing things online. It's just that we need to make sure there's a measurement system and make sure that everyone is contributing. Of course, it's going to be difficult for some people who find it hard to change. But I hope that with some training and with some encouragement, they are able to change. Because listen, the world doesn't wait for you to change. The world changes as it wishes to. It's either you change with the world, whatever's happening right now, or you're gone. Okay, any business, including mine. Yeah, it's either you change or you're gone. Yeah, and so if you don't like this change, you'll be one of it's bad for the weak ones. You see, I see this question and I really like to answer. Not this one. This question here. Okay, 2020 double spring. Why so bad for everybody? It's bad for people who are weak. It's bad for people who don't prepare. It's bad for people who generally depend on government help. It depends on, basically, they don't realize that they're in charge of their destiny. Okay, and it will be bad. It's this. I'm not saying this to make it sound harsh. It's not my intention, but I'm telling you this economy, the new economy. I'm not talking about a virus. Okay, it's pitiful. It's bad. What this virus is doing, but the economy, the world right now, the economy situation will wipe out all the weak ones, and those who are weak, those who refuse to, get a new skill and refuse to change, they will be wiped out. They will be jobless, and it's coming. Okay, so. And you want to change that, you want to prevent it from coming, you got to learn new skills. There is no option for you. You have to learn. If you do that, you're safe. You'll be fine. You'll be relevant. So this is something that, don't panic, learn something, right? So whatever you knew that was the skill set that you used before is no longer the same skill set that is necessary right now. For example, those who don't know how to conduct or run a meeting or attend a meeting online, basically they can't do corporate job anymore. Okay, they're out. If you're just waiting for the phone calls, you're out already. And if you can't do videos, you can't do edits, you don't know how to do this, it's time to learn. If you don't, you can't do marketing, you're out. If you're in the marketing and sales job, you don't do this, you're out. And plus, there's very few back-end jobs right now in the next couple of months. So if you're in that, you're thinking, oh, it's not fair. Listen, life is not about fair or unfair, because you can tilt the odds in your favor anytime if you just have a little bit more skill than the next person. You can tilt the odds, okay? So in a way, if you're saying life is not fair just because it's not going your way, well, you can make it unfair to your advantage by, learning parts, learning Chiman, or learning a new skill set. Isn't that your choice to do so? But you see, the same people who are complaining life is not fair is generally saying, will my boss fire me? Can't he just pay me more? He's underpaying me and all that. Listen, most bosses out there, most companies, not that they don't want to, continue. It's just that they right now, as of now, look at Singapore, right? I've got so many of these friends here who's running companies there. They're already talking about downsizing, or they already downsized right now, okay? Because they are running their business, they need to keep it lean, and there's nothing personal with you unless you have a skill set that is relevant right now, and you have time to learn it before shit hits the fan. So do that, okay? So it's nothing to do with whether double spring or why is it bad. It's only bad for the people who are not willing to change, okay? So if you're willing to change, 2020 can be your greatest year yet. As I said, a lot of my clients and people in my club, my close circle, they're doing really, really well right now because they already anticipated this. They knew this financial thing is coming and they prepared for it. So, and it's not a top secret, as a lot of people knew about it as well, but they just didn't do anything about it, okay? Okay, so what's this? Doc Ricardo and saying, please help me if I could get back my job, still in court for appeals. You're sitting on red. Follower from Philippines attending exam, but yearly, but you stopped doing it here since last year. Yeah, I've not done too many of this right now. But here's the thing, right? Right now, if you are let go from the job, it's very hard to get back in. Not because you're not it's not personal anymore. It's basically the environment. Okay, So here's something that I would advise you to do. I don't know your full chart right now, but I would recommend, I don't dare to use the word advice right now. I don't know you enough to tell you that. But here's the thing. When you don't have a job, you can always give yourself one. Well, people can take away your job, but they can't take away the one that you gave yourself. So the only way to do that is to be able to have a side gig and eventually develop an ultimate skill set. With a skill set that could generate income right now in this economy, that it has to be a relevant skill set, of course, then you will have the confidence to go through this and you will have cash flow. So this is something that I cannot stress enough. Of course, many people are saying, tell me what should I do? Tell me what should I do? That I need to know you a bit more. I need to know your chart, but I don't have time to read every chart. Why don't you learn how to read it yourself? If it's important, okay. If it's not, then you go and figure out on your own. Yeah. So relevant skills depend on the current market condition that you see. One of them would be, being able to manage meetings online, for example. Can you do it? Right? Most people know how to play video games. They can't manage a online webinar, for example. They might not even know how to sell online. Okay, so should have learned it early, but if not, do it right now. It's not too late. Okay, so there are so many questions that people are constantly talking. I'm just here to look for a job. I just want a job. I want a job. The unfortunate thing is, as we already know, if you have one now, strive to keep it. Okay, if you have one now, do your best to keep it now. If you don't intend ever to become a business owner, my recommendation is do whatever you can, do more to keep your job, because once you lose it, it'll be 6 months at least, I think, before you can actually find an opportunity for you to easily get a good job. Okay, so do what you can to keep it. This is so important, right? If you used to only know design, it's time to learn something else. Learn to sell. Okay, learn to do videos. Learn to connect with people. Learn to speak. All right. You may say, but I can't speak English properly. Well, learn. Okay. You may say, but I'm only 45 years old. 45. You're not dead. You can learn. Right? Is your family important to you? The answer is yes. You learn. Is it important that you put food on the table? If it is, you learn. Okay. You cannot blame the people for firing you in times like this, because generally they're going to downsize. Okay, but they will not downsize you if you are able to deliver, because you are valuable. So it starts with you. All right. So if you're having a job, that's what you need to do right now. So whatever feng shui you're doing, whatever skill set you learn should be geared towards securing this. You're secure with this, you're fine. Okay. You don't secure with this, and you're not so fine. Okay. So this is what we mean by preparation, right? So people just want it easy. That's the problem, right? Oh, just give it to me, right? When times are good, they give it to you. When times not so good, you're gonna have a problem. All right, so there'll be more. I'm going to invite you. You will hear this from my friends, whom I'm going to invite to my show live here, and they're going to be on Facebook, and we're going to be on YouTube. So I want you to click on the notification for the live videos, and click on subscribe if you're on my YouTube channel, and click on the bell icon, and I will keep you guys informed. And please click on the share button to share this video with all your friends. I appreciate that. Get the word out. It'll be a lot of fun to get connected with everybody. Okay, and also, who would you like me to speak to share some of this their secrets with you here? I probably might know them. I might know of them. So if you would put their names here, I'll try and get in touch with them as well and get connected, right? I know, probably know a lot of the people, but not so close. But I'm sure I can, now that they're stuck at home, they would probably need some entertainment as well. So they can get on here and talk to you guys, right? So please post it here. What would you like to see, and who you would like me to connect with? I'll do that. Okay, so I hope you guys are good. I'll be connecting quite more often from now on, especially with all the interviews. So I need you to stay connected with me as well. Okay, so all the best for now, and I'll see you again very, very shortly in the next live this Friday and this Sunday. Thank you.